This is SpongeBob's Pineapple. Good old 124 Con Street, just as we know and love it. But how well do we actually know it? I mean, tell me, do you remember where this room is? Or, alright, how about this room? Final question, where does this little hatch lead? I mean, it's gotta lead to the library slide, right?
Your closet for a surprise.
Wrong! So yeah, as little sense as a pineapple under the sea makes in general, believe me, the logistics make even less sense. I'm gonna show you exactly why. So before we begin, let's get the basics out of the way. This is our handy dandy layout of SpongeBob's house. And as you can see, we've got 3 floors of this place as well as a roof. To keep things simple, let's start by just looking at the ground floor. We had the living room.
We had the living room, kitchen. Aren't you going to help me, Gary? Gary, a closet. Is it in here? No, don't.
And the stairs to the next floor. Already, there are a lot of issues when it comes to this floor. I mean, there are some pretty big exclusions on our layout already, but before we touch on that, let me point out our main problem rooms. First one is easy, the closet. This room changes its size and place literally all the time. That trophy clip from earlier has it to the left of the entranceway. But then again, here it is from the episode Gone, where it's actually on the right side of the room, according to the placement of the green sofa chair thing.
Boy, we learned a lot about each other today.
Which, yes, that room with the floaty is actually a closet, as we can tell from this monstrosity of a scene.
Sorry I'm late, Patrick. Nah, I can't talk now. He's watching us.
But then here's the closet service
as a coat room. This time again on the left side of the room, but also adjacent to what we can assume is the door to the kitchen. Try not to have too much fun without me. Hey G, got another coat for you. And if you again look back at the layout, this should be where the stairs to the next floor are. So yeah, already off to a more than iffy start. Then we have the kitchen. Its reputation isn't spotless either. Here it is. As Neptune intended in the episode Karate Star. Hey buddy, you still got that bucket of cheese? Just look past the fact that SpongeBob was choking to death there. Things look as they should be. Fridge toward the entryway, stovetop towards the wall, and a window to see the outside world. And a few seconds later, you can even see the door to the outside that our handy-dandy layout shows us as well. Buddy, you okay? Absolutely beautiful. One issue though. I feel like SpongeBob's kitchen has always been missing a pantry. Like, I feel most kitchens have those. Like, there's got to be one in there. Yeah. Music okay, Gary. Ah, I spoke too soon. There it is in everyone's favorite episode, Pet Sitter Pet. And it's right where that outside door should have been. Alright. So, if this pantry room does exist, there'd have to be a place jutting out of the back of SpongeBob's house to store it. But as you can see,
it's time to talk about it. So on that layout, there's just straight up no garage at all. None in existence. And frankly, I wouldn't blame the guy who made it. This room just never shows up. I think it has a grand total of like 4 appearances. In how many seasons? There's obviously the bit I just
out. There's just straight up no garage at all. None in existence. And frankly, I wouldn't blame the guy who made it. This room just never shows up. I think it has a grand total of like 4 appearances in how many seasons. There's obviously the bit I just showed you from Naughty Nautical Neighbors, but there's also this portion from Reef Blower. And here it is in the episode of Sharks vs. Pods. And finally, here it is being used for a garage band in the episode Krabby Road. This time, the door to the kitchen is just gone, disappeared. What does that brown door in the back of the garage lead to? It's never been opened. And maybe for good reason. That reason? Being that this garage shouldn't even exist. SpongeBob can't drive. Why does he need a garage? Okay, time to move up to floor 2 containing some of the lesser-known rooms in SpongeBob's house, like the library, music, the gym, music, and the stairs too, I guess. So, first things first, the library is actually pretty consistent. I think the only thing that ever really changes is that sometimes a slide is there, and sometimes it isn't. Here's the library with the slide in the episode Boating School. Go to your closet for a surprise. Then in that clip from earlier, we had that wide shot of the library with no slide from Something Smells. Music, and then in the episode Shell Shocks, the slide makes its big comeback. Stay back. I'm armed. Overall though...
Stay back, I'm armed!
Overall though, that's the only major change in the library, but considering some of the other issues we have coming up, I'll probably just let this one slide. Let myself out now. The real troublemaking room on floor 2 is the gym, because it only exists sometimes. Let's look back at that episode Help Wanted real quick. Take note of the reddish-orangish walls. Pretty
Obviously his living room couch in the background. What the heck is going on here? Sponge, you got a gym. Why work out in there? And in case you were wondering, no, the gym is not a one-off room. It actually shows up a lot more than you'd think. Take for instance nose. Come on, SquarePants. There are those same classic reddish-orange walls. Good on Spongebob for actually using the gym instead of the dang living room. Here it is in shambles and everyone's other favorite episode. A pal for Gary. Hey, there it is. Plain as day yet again. Red walls, tattered I heart pain banner. It's broken, but it's the gym. One problem. Look how Spongebob gets to the room. Gary, you are in big trouble, mister. Yeah, the gym is on the first floor here. Meanwhile, let's go back to the episode Shell-Shocked. What did that door lead to before? Wow. That's what I thought. The kitchen. So, as if a pal for Gary wasn't already infamous enough for just being
That's what I thought, the kitchen. So as if a pal for Gary wasn't already infamous enough for just being a bad episode on its own, it now has also committed the cardinal sin that is lying about where the gym is. Oh, and I do mean lying.
pinned. First off, here's probably our best view of the room in the series. Okay, Spongebob, you can figure this out. Door placement checks out. Posters are there. The walls reddish-orange. Everything is how it should be. This is our canonical gym. And we only have this proven further when we see this later in the episode. Yep. That's just straight up evidence the gym is on the second floor right there. That's a pan up from the living room on floor 1 straight up to floor 2. No ifs, ands, nor buts. Just don't question the dude in the walls. We'll get to him. But before we do, we've got another floor to look over. Floor 3. And it's got all you could ever want. A bedroom. A bathroom, previously mentioned library, which I guess technically means the library takes up 2 floors, and more stairs because we all love stairs. Oh my god, my phone. Sorry, wrong clip. Kind of the same clip in a cosmic sort of way. Anyway, before we talk about the main issue here, we should get this out of the way. No, I don't know where this hatch leads. To my knowledge, it showed up in a few episodes. Was never used, and then disappeared. There's your entire history lesson on the hatch. Other than that though, Spongebob's room is pretty consistent with the only issue being the size and location of his closet.
Here's his closet in the SpongeBob movie. Then here it is looking pretty similar in To SquarePants or To Not SquarePants. And here's the closet looking entirely different in A Day Without Tears.
At the same time. I don't know. Patrick SquarePants. Yeah, I don't know why anyone would ever have their closet detached from their bedroom and in a library of all places. But whatever plugs your boat, I guess. But that's all I can really say about all SpongeBob's bedroom. Overall, it's pretty consistent, unlike his bathroom. Let's get a good look at it one more time in everyone's other favorite episode, Stuck in the Ringer. Green walls, a shower, a toilet, and if you wait a few more seconds, you get a glimpse of the ringer itself. Now, how did things get screwed up? Well, in the SpongeBob movie, everything went out the window. Music, pink walls, a stool, a hose, some soap, and nothing else. I would be mad. But actually, that's just a different bathroom. Don't worry, Spongie's other bathroom shows up a few shots later. See, everything's fine. SpongeBob just has 2 bathrooms on his top floor, one of which we never see again and has essentially nothing in it. Everything's fine. Nothing else could possibly not make sense. Huh. That's the bathroom on the first floor with no doorway. That's a bathroom on the first floor. Sweet, merciful Neptune. It can't possibly get any worse. Can't get worse. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, Gary, look, a pirate treasure chest. That's the bathroom in the exact same episode on presumably the second floor. Okay, I'm done. This one's breaking me. Gary takes a bath has driven me to insanity. Literally, nothing about the bathroom makes any sense. Moving on. Finally, we got the roof. It's got the green things that pineapples have. What more can I really say about it? It's a pineapple roof. It kind of only shows up 3 times. First in jellyfish jam. Come on, Gary. Looks like a nice place to relax. Got some nice stairs leading up to it, though. I mean, when led us astray in this house before. Anyway, here it is again and something smells. Okay, now you're not exactly seeing a hatched stairs there. How did these two even get up there then? And here it is in love, that squid. Now it is the chit-chat part of the date. Amuse her with interesting conversation. Still no opening to the roof, so I still have no idea how they managed to get up there, but at least they stayed consistent with the previous appearance, I guess. Squidward, why? Squidward, why? Why do I always speak too soon? Okay, lot to unpack there. First off, the obvious. That opening just appeared out of thin air or thin water, I guess. But you know what? I can handle that. What I can handle is that those are the stairs to the library that the two are walking down. So, here's my question. Why are the stairs in SpongeBob's house so inconsistent? These are the real culprits of why the house breaks reality. Really? There's also just randomly an attic in one episode of the show. So like the stairs up here make even less sense now. Honestly, you know what? I think the roof is just in an alternate universe. Out there with the essay writing room and one appearance room purgatory. But finally, we've gotten to the outliers that are beyond any particular level of the house. These rooms aren't just nautical nonsense. These are mysteries that put physics and all of science really to shame. So do me a favor real quick. Watch the intro to the episode Jellyfishing for me. Oh, what is happening here? Ow. Music, ow. 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 Now I want you to look me dead in the eyes and tell me what rooms those are. Where do those jellyfish hunting rooms belong in our layout? Where does
And tell me what rooms those are. Where do those jellyfish hunting rooms belong in our layout? Where does a flippin' fire pole fit into SpongeBob's house? Where? Why do we need vents to get to the fire pole? What are those walls? I don't recognize any of those patterns. What is happening? That's only around 45 seconds of one episode. Gave us like 6 new rooms, none of which have any spatial.
One more room to look at. If you can even call it that, this, my fine flipper friends, is the biggest example of SpongeBob's house making absolutely zero sense. Behold, welcome to Wall H. Yes, this is a world entirely within the walls of SpongeBob's wall that he enters like this. Music, my brain. If you could see me, you'd see the smoke coming out of my ears. He enters through a painting. That's issue number 1. Issue number 2. Wallpaper clearly shows that he's being squeezed and restricted, but as soon as we cut within, we see how deep the walls really are, and they only get deeper. This guy has a mold garden and a full-on dining room and then SpongeBob's walls. Meanwhile, this is the sort of installation and lining we've seen SpongeBob's house in the past. What? There's literally no insulation visible in that shot. This place is a dang pineapple.
SpongeBob's walls? Meanwhile, this is the sort of installation and lining we've seen SpongeBob's house in the past.
What?
There's literally no insulation visible in that shot. This place is a dang pineapple. There's no insulation. It's not built like a house, it's a fruit. Even if it was originally an actual house instead of a pineapple, nematodes ate that place and then a new pineapple grew over it. There's no possible way this can make any sense at all. Goes beyond cartoon logic. This gotta be magic, physics breaking stuff or something. Pineapples don't function like this. Why did I expect this to ever make sense? Why am I making this a big deal? It's SpongeBob. Anyway, that's all I've got for y'all today. Hope you enjoyed this mind-melting video, and if you did, be sure to check out another video of mine on screen right about now. Adios, landlubbers. Thank you for watching.